What's going on, boys? It's your boy Netflix, and I need to talk about the current state of Anime Last Stand. As you know, with Anime Last Stand, it took them a while for this new update, and I have to be honest with you, this update might be worse than the Spiral Tribe with the Gurren like Laguna update with the Godly Smoke. And if we look at the quest lines, right, Simone's is pretty simple, straightforward. Right? Everything can be completed, even though that this event, day one, was literally unplayable to, due to lag issues because of the map. With this quest line, right, not only can you kill more, right, you have to, in order to get all of his items, defeat Moro, well, in his first phase, only using key attacks. Then you can attack him as phase two. Then in phase three, only two people can be hit with soul stab, 3 units. Then four, you you or your allies cannot be stunned. And then the fifth phase is just taking no damage. Who designed this? Genuinely, they need to be fired. And also another thing, let's go to their Discord. Let's go to their Discord. All right. Let's go to gamers. As you see right here, just woke up and I'm seeing the complaints. The update wasn't meant to have a paywall, and it doesn't. It was meant to give options to a wider range of players, and to be completely honest, given the game's financial situation, it was necessary. Brandon, you're a scumbag. This, why are the quests difficult to the point where like you have to get all of this in one run? Is it possible? Have you and your dev team ran a team where this is possible? And is there even proof? Because not only, right? Okay, you go into here, okay, boom, boom. And also, another thing, Brandon, why do you have the hidden interactions? Get rid of hidden interactions. It's ruining the game. An example of this was an example, right? We can go to um Godly Naruto, for example, right? Why? I understand the hidden interaction for Godly Naruto. You just had to do the boss rush and you had to get certain conditions. Okay, boom. That's understandable. Then we go to Simone. His is worse because, right, you have to get one of the units killed that you get from the little Golly Charles was. And it was the awesome no guy. Yeah, Lord no. You had to get him killed. Then you got the ability, boom. And then you have to wait until the most power trial thing goes to the second phase. And it has to be directly on Simone for the second part. You saw how it went from okay, it's possible to like it's getting ridiculous. Like Brandon, stop doing hidden interactions. It's ruining the game. It's ruining it. And you can tell by the player count. I've looked at three different competitors of your game, which is Anime Vanguard. Anime Crusaders, and Universal Tower, which all have higher player count than yours. This game is going to die if you don't have a good upload. And now, right. Let's go to their update logs. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Halloween event, part one, good. The Tokyo Ghoul event, okay. Halloween part two, good. Quality of life, good. Candy Rush, good. The ReZero event was absolutely trash. Besides Reinhardt, you weren't running any of those other units. This is not really any content. So, like, okay, you extreme these a few units. Okay, they're pretty strong. They have new kits, new abilities, better upgrades. Okay, that's fine, but there's nothing else with it. So it's just boring. Then we go to this. Quite possibly the worst event ever in the game's history. And it's not even close. Um, Spiral Trial event was terrible. Not only was the Thanksgiving event Thanksgiving over when they had their Thanksgiving event, they implemented traits and double traits. There's nothing wrong with double traits. I just don't think the game really needed it, but I can kind of see why now, as you know, some of my units have double traits. But the crate system is absolutely terrible. And also, this took me days to get tier 10, tier 10 snowman and tier 10 turkey. And you were barely getting turkeys. This is 1,000 plus turkeys. Turkey meat. You had to play that event over and over. Not to mention, right, at the time, it was no strategy. You weren't able to get the 10 trillion damage. Then, right, we're gonna go to the ALS update 79, which was the Christmas part one. It was it was pretty okay, but the only problem is, right, the only problem that I had with it is there was a new implementation of the snowman, the tier 6 snowman, and well, tier 10. And this one was easier to do. The only problem was it, why was this added? Why? And then I'm not even going to talk about the Christmas event. There's nothing wrong with. I think the Christmas event was okay. It was okay. Well, the only problem I had was just the fact that you had to run infinite. Like you're not even running a stage with 10 out of 10 Frozen Curse, Purgatory, Infinite. You were just running Infinite, Purgatory, and then, okay, mini Christmas Quality of Life update, where the power creep, the power creep in the game as of right now has gone to hell. Like the power scaling, the power creep of the game has gone so high. We went from what, like 10 billion? We went from like 10 billion or like 20 billion from Rimuru, and then it just kept going to now we're doing sextillions amount of damage, like in the span of a few months. And and it's like to me like, oh, I'm like, oh, maybe Brandon just, didn't put his full potential into so it's okay, he can do better. And then I realized, right, the player count. And also, it just feels like Brandon wants you to spend money on his game, which I understand. A game, a video game needs some people to buy for like maybe extra DLC or whatever, or extra, currency, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But the fact that the update is behind this paywall right here, which you will have to spend $140, $140 to get all of those items. Brandon, I understand, right? I understand that, you know, you had a lot of trouble with your team, you had a bunch of issues, people not actually doing the work that they were supposed to. I understand that completely. But then to not only lie about or giving out misinformation about when the game was going to release, when the update was going to release, you then leave it behind a paywall. This is $20. 20 times what? The 7 items is 140. It's no excuse. It's not necessary for it to be a paywall at the start of the update. The start of the update was 4 hours ago, which was what, 1 o'clock or so, one something. And the unit choices are fine, right? It's a Dragon Ball. Not gonna lie, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. Of course I will like. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. It's easier to get this godly right here than this shit. And not to mention, right? I've tested out some of the units. I've tested out I tested out off camera. Well, not off camera, Well, I'm not porting. I tested these units out. The Gohan and Trunks are pretty good. I'm not gonna I'll go into their abilities later. And then Orange Piccolo, which he can stack up infinitely to True Ultra Instinct Goku's damage. He can stack up to that. I've seen this guy go to like 10 quadrillion while he's stacking because he's gaining 50%, he's getting 10% damage in range every second, and he's gaining a flat damage buff equal to 1%. And then on top of that, right? He gains 50% of energy as a flat damage and 50% of power as a flat crit damage. Like he can stack up to True Ultra Instinct Goku's damage. Even though that True Ultra Instinct Goku may have those 19 clones. At max, they're all doing what? 16.8 billion or trillion damage. I get it. He can, Piccolo can stack up to that damage. It may take a long time, but he can stack up to that damage. And I really don't want to see this game go downhill, but it's slowly and slowly becoming unbearable to play the game, knowing that most of these updates are actually trash. The extreme boost. That's not enough content to hold up on its own. I'm sorry, it's not. Oh, you added a few more units on here? Oh, wow, wow, wow. Oh, we added all of these units so you can extreme boost into your life. You can't just add this as content. Okay, you get to test them out for free 99 with different traits and all that. And it is shorter, but that's not enough to hold its own as just a singular update. That's kind of unacceptable. this game had has had its ups and downs. The Naruto update was good. The Halloween event was good. Don't get me wrong, like there was certain points where okay, some things were difficult, but the Halloween event was a good example of the game doing good. Even though that people were using alt accounts, people were using alt accounts to get more items. You could still get that with the crates. So it, like the game is in a very bad state, and it kind of makes me sad because I've seen potential in the game that's made the game really good. And also a few minutes ago, I was just talking to myself about like some of the downfalls of the game, and I have to bring that out in this form of content because I'm starting to get tired of the game slowly, and I don't want to be because out of was that guy's name? Yeah, we're gonna ignore it. But besides that, like out of all the anime tower defense games, like one of my homies' cousins brought me back into this game, and it's like, dang man, like what happened? What is going on with the development? Like most of the stuff for Goku is just flat out impossible. And it's just flat out annoying. I'm not I'm not gonna say that it's not possible. I'm gonna say that it is annoying, but these three units right here are very good. These three units that I've seen, Piccolo being the best one out of three, are very good. I have no complaints on that. The units are good. I have no complaints. No complaints at all about any of the units. The units are good, but it's just the execution of these events make it so unbearable or frustrating. And like, I don't like seeing, certain games die. I've seen, I've seen games die on a platform. I don't want it to be this game because I've seen like good moments. I've seen bad moments. I've seen all of it. I've been with the game now ever since the Naruto one, you know? And then, like, look at my units now. This is all because I enjoy playing the game. All because I enjoy playing the game. And that dead period, too, like, I'm evolving old units. That's how boring it was. Doing this event over and over and over and over. And the player count was so low. The lowest I've ever seen of the player count was 2.7K. 2,700 people in this game, which isn't really 2,700 because it's just fault accounts. You still have people who love your game. I'm just not seeing the effort. I'm not seeing the effort. It just feels like a full cash grab. I understand games need money for proper execution. You you can't have a good game without, proper good mechanics, proper good like multiple features that make it good. And like all I'm saying here is like anime last stand, please. You have the potential to do better in your game. Just improve on the quality. Improve. For example, the Halloween event. was a major success. What did it have? 100K players? Even, I think it had even more than that because it was a good update. There was nothing wrong with it. Everything was fine. Look, I'm gonna explain some of the units, right? Let's go. We had Ball. We had we had a Mob, Leech, Death Sun. Then, right, we have all these units. Death. We get part two. And part two was even better than part one. You had Ainz and Albedo, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fused into Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Goku Black and Zamasu. Remo. Like, the characters' choices were good. And on top of that, it had good execution. What happened? Where is that execution at? It just feels like the game is slowly becoming impossible to get some of these units. Like this update, right? I must say, is worse than the Spiral Tribe, the Gurren Lagann update, and it's not even close because of what bullshit you go through as soon as you enter the breach. Like it's very unbearable. It's very upsetting, and also anime lasting. You've had weeks on end to change a certain feature. Now let's go. I'm gonna go to my items. Let's go to crates. You guys had a 3 week dead period where you guys were focusing on the update, but you still can't put this to what? Let's say, for example, I have 1,000 crates. I have to open those by six every single time. Do you not know how annoying that is? For me having what 4,000 crates to open them up six at a time and keep clicking the skip button, doing that in a repeated cycle. If you want me to play your game, like if you want me to continue as an Anime Last Stand player, you have to improve on these events. It's simply unacceptable, man, that I have that you either do do all these quests correctly on the first try or whatever, and some of these questions are just impossible. Like, I'm not gonna say impossible, unbearable, and very annoying to do. Like, I have friends who played the game, who have tried to play the game, but the problem is it's left behind these annoying quest lines. Like, this is how we'll make the game better, right? One, get rid of crates. These things are terrible. Even though when, the winter event is still live, apparently, this thing is broken. You can get infinite rerolls. You can literally get infinite rerolls. When I didn't do the event right, I was at 2,000 rerolls. Now I go to my technique shards, right? Let me click around again. I'm at 118,000 just from one. Like, get rid of crates. And also, the second thing is get rid of hidden interactions. It's very annoying to do. It's very annoying. Ever since Naruto. Like after Naruto, it's gotten worse and worse. Samoa and Goku have some of the worst hidden interactions of all time. They're so annoying to do, and especially with how long the spiral trial takes. It takes so long. And this is 100 waves. You have to do this on 100 waves. It's 100 ways. He has 5 different phases. Okay, I understand that. It's fine. It's just like it's so annoying that you have to kill this man. You have to kill this man each phase for the waves to keep going. It's so annoying. Stop doing that. Okay, they can have however much help you set it on. That's fine. It just needs better, like, like it's something needs to change in the development team. And you, Brandon, I'm specifically saying this to you. If you do not fix this game will die. You won't, you'll still make money off of other Roblox games you've claimed. But right, it's like this game was popular. It's not popular anymore. This used to be, I'm not gonna say on the tier of like what, anime adventures. I'm not saying it's on that level, but it was still popular. It was even in a bat. It was even with battles with Anime Adventures. But Anime Adventures is taking that because even though that it may take a month for anime vanguards, right? For anime vanguards, they still put their time and effort into some of the events. They're putting time and effort into. It just seems like it's no effort. I'm not saying that just because oh I'm not saying it just for a bullshit excuse. I'm not saying it for no reason. It's just when you compare the two games and like half of your player base has went has gone to Anime Vanguard. I'm guessing a little portion of it has gone to Anime Crusaders and Universal Tower. And I get it. Some games have good and bad updates, but this game has gotten bad update after bad update after bad update after bad update after not enough content, not good enough content, not enough content. Like the extreme boost, okay, that's a good system, and they changed it too, which is very good. This cannot stand on its own as one update. Then what else are you doing? You're not gonna be doing anything. You're just gonna claim your bounty, you extreme boost all your units, and even though those are 30 waves, it's pretty simple. This might start to look like the downfall of anime last day. All right, boys. I've had my rant. Brandon, all I have to say is do better. Please take more time and consideration into your updates. And that's all I have to say. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. God bless. God bless you all. Have a good one. Peace out.